What's up, everybody? Welcome back to AvidCat Studios. I'm your host, Sir Stormchild. Maybe I said that already. I have no idea. So we're gonna watch Star Trek 6. I think this is the final movie, and the one everybody says it sucks. There's always that debate. Yes, it was on The Big Bang Theory too, but between 1 and 6 being the worst ones, I have no idea. I have never seen number 6. I think it's the one where he dies, and it's the one where Kirk dies, and it's like the one that ties into Star Trek Generations, which I've seen bits and pieces of. So, all right, let's get it started. Also, if you don't know the format, you should by now. It's not your fault. It's probably mine. Kind of gonzo explaining myself as the movie goes along, and my thoughts in between, and then hopefully a summation. Hopefully it's not as boring as I just read Murders on the Orient Express. I'm gonna have to make a thing about that because, god damn, that book was boring. Anyway, Star Trek. So far, I've only seen the title sequence, and apparently the rest of the fucking credits. I like the way that the colors of the credits and like how they're kind of like, I guess, well, colorful. I like that design. But I'm just staring at fucking space. Do something. Okay. So 3 minutes of a fucking title sequence and then something explodes. At least it looked really cool. I'll give him that. One, I'm glad Sulu has an actual captain position. Way to go, Sulu. On the Excelsior. You would have thought that after all those times being hit by random shit in fucking space, on any show, really, seeing as how they got like artificial gravity or something going on in order to maintain where they are, like just walking around instead of just floating through the fucking ship. You would have thought they would have like figured out a way when they're hit by something to not move. I understand cinematically why you do that, but it also makes no fucking sense. Like just random thing exploding on the inside of the ship or whatever, and you're just like, I hope that cloud of gas isn't fucking poisonous. Also, why was that there? And, like, why does everybody, like, fly to one side of the ship? And it's like, you guys should have, like, put, like, some inertial dampeners or something in there. So if, like, something horrible just, like, rocks the ship, then you're like, oh, well, that was crazy. I mean, you're literally on a fucking ship in space. You should know how to ride the waves by now. Just a thought. So the explosion was a Klingon moon where they have energy production, apparently, because that's not stupid. And it blew the fuck up. There's barely any of it left, and now the Klingons are like, no, it's fine. Stay over there. It's cool. We have like a quarter of a fucking moon left. Oh my. I'm seriously trying not to say that every time I see Sulu. That's not weird. So I'm guessing the plot is, one, we just had a boring ass meeting, but at least something happened. Klingon space, or the Klingon Empire, I should say, is, falling apart, essentially. They say, oh, we got 50 more years left, even though they've been fighting for 70. I'm pretty sure they could continue to be assholes for 50 more years until their oxygen is depleted or something. I don't know. And Kirk has his reservations. Other people do too. Like, well, they've never been trustworthy. They're all like this. Like, come on now. You've met a few trustworthy Klingons, and we all know the most trustworthy. His name is Worf, and he's amazing. Um, I will pick Worf on any fucking starship that I would be on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a diplomatic mission, and we'll see how it goes. So Spock's drinking out of a weird mug or a glass that seems overly tall and pretty fucking stupid, I have to say. It's just way too ornate, even for Spock. I mean, even for a Spock who's like using art, the depiction of like expulsion from paradise, that kind of whatnot. It's fine because he's always trying to understand the human side of himself. I get that. And now Kim Cattrall is supposed to be the new Vulcan, to succeed or come after Spock or whatever, because it's his last mission too. But it's also the last mission for like all the cast members, so it's a thing. But it's also a thing for like the rest of the crew too, because Kirk talked about it earlier. Yeah. So that was an awkward dinner. They drank illegal Romulan ale. They talked about Shakespeare and Hitler. And they clearly don't trust each other. Although some of them seem like they're trying. And the rest are just kind of their own thing. I get it. It's not bad so far. Direction-wise, seems a little bit amateurish. Certain camera angles should have been a little bit better thought out. Overall, so far, it's not terrible. Alright. So, somebody hacked into the Enterprise. Either the Klingons are attacking themselves, outside interests, I don't know. Or people from within the Federation, I don't know. Basically, probably any people who have a necessity to maintain the war. Oh no, we ever heard that one before? So the fucking spaceship fired at the other fucking spaceship. The Enterprise firing at the Klingons. The Klingons are floating around in space because they hit the gravity button or whatever, and for some reason that made them talk slower. That makes no sense. It's not how gravity works. Or does it? I don't fucking know. And these dudes in spacesuits are going around shooting Klingons, and boy, when that blood came out, it looked real fucking silly. Certain prop things are, they're different, and it's fine. But boy, there is something weird about the look of this. It's very amateurish. Like it needed like another layer of polish. But some of it I don't mind. The robot dudes or people inside the dudes, I don't know what they are. I like the helmets. The helmets are kind of cool. So Klingon blood is a bunch of weird pink shit? That's not weird. Also, wouldn't surprise me if Christopher Plummer is the one who'd like pull the shit on his own people. So, just saying. He's that kind of dick. I remember the word now. Klingons are full of Pepto-Bismol. This is a weird movie. But it's not bad. Again, I say that, but like it's the costume things are a little strange. Certain choices are a bit odd. Yeah. I still have an hour and a half left. Oh God. Okay, so Bone said, I don't even know his anatomy when he's trying to save the general or high chancellor dude. You've been fighting Klingons for 50 years. You should have done a scan on at least one of their bodies to, get their anatomy. For God's sakes, Bones, you're a doctor. Klingon tribunals, or whatever the hell they're called, are usually kind of a sham shit show. No matter what evidence they produce against you, you will always be kind of contradicted. At least this has been in the past, or whatever. Also, Worf is here. Colonel Worf. I don't know if he's, well, not Colonel, but Corporal. Maybe a Colonel. I have no idea. I haven't paid that close attention to certain connections. Anyway, yeah, they're just trying to make a case to screw over Kirk, and yeah, I still think it was an inside job. Yeah. So Kirk and McCoy are on the prison planet, which I guess the prison's below or whatever. Anyway, the point is, back in number 3, I think, they had this, I think they're called Targs or something, like these weird dog pig thingies. And it was all gross and kind of cool looking back then, in that movie. And this one is just a fucking dog with a weird mask on that they, like dubbed over the growl. And it looks wrong. The fake thing looked more real than the real thing trying to be the fake thing. Star Trek's weird. Also, they just threw a prisoner outside as a testimony to be like, oh, dude, you can't survive on the surface. And that dude, died within seconds. Even though, the other dudes and, all the new prisoners, they've been, walking for a while. Is that really? He dies within seconds. He should have been, left out there shivering. But no, he's just not. Some interesting other alien designs. The blue thing that he had to fight, and then he literally kicked it in his barnacles. Lit up blue. That was kind of weird. And then, the hot black lady said, no, Kirk was like, well, thank God the thing had knees. And the hot black lady said, I don't know her name, that wasn't his knee. Not everybody keeps their genitals in the same place. So they did address that situation. Although if it was hot, he damn sure would have hit that. And she's talking about other dude's genitals, and Kirk says, anything you want to tell me? Yeah. Something about her genitals are in the right place. I have no idea what I'm talking about. This movie has a lot of I guess you want to call them guest actors. I mean, they're good. You got Christopher Plummer. You got the dude, I can't remember his name, Gorkon, who got shot. You got Christian Slater, who just woke up, and Captain Sulu. And, I can't remember his name, Red Foreman from that 70s show. Also the bad guy from Ricochet. He's also the... No, wait, was that John Lithgow? I don't remember. He was also the guy who shot up RoboCop. Yeah. There's a lot of big name actors in this. Some of them bigger later, some of them, big then. There's just something weird about this whole movie, though. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Also, going back to the prop thing, they definitely had fun picking out stuff. Because they have some interesting ideas. Yeah. So they found the moon boots, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. And then they're like, oh, it was crewman Dex. And then they waited for him to show up, for him then to go, oh, look, his weird feet. He can't possibly have worn those. But shouldn't they have already known that? Also, I keep getting distracted by how smug Kim Cattrall is looking, which, if she's being a Vulcan, you don't do that. Also turns out that the hot black lady is a shapeshifter. She is turned into a gross monkey thing. I don't know. It's tall, huge, weird. Same voice. You would think they would have changed that, but whatever. And then a small girl, and then back into this weird, gross monkey thing. I'm pretty sure Kirk would have had sex with it, regardless. Because that ain't gonna turn into anything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this part's supposed to be funny or something. So, Kirk and them, they got out to the surface. The Enterprise spots them, is like, oh, we're going in. And then the Klingons are asking them, hey, whose ship this is? Who is you? Where you going? And Uhura is doing... I have no idea what the fuck is happening. They should have already, figured out the language. It's a universal language thing that they don't want to use. Because, oh, that'll be picked up immediately. We gotta answer more personally. I'm like... But... You're pulling out books and trying to read things in Klingon when you know how Klingon is supposed to be taught. Just let Spock do it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, Kirk has punched the shape-shifting hot black lady, and now he's turned into him, and Kirk must fight himself. That went well last time. Okay, so they found 2 dead bodies. They got aboard the ship or whatever. And the 2 dudes, I guess, who we kind of ran into earlier on were they were out of place and they had a line, even though they're basically, I would say red shirts, but everybody's wearing a fucking red shirt. But anyway. They were kind of nothing characters, and then I guess they were the ones that did the assassination, and somebody assassinated them. I'm assuming. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Kim Cattrall. Secretly a Romulan or some bullshit. I don't know. So maybe I haven't finished it. Anyway, I think that the shapeshifters, possibly other ones, have taken over as being the 2 dudes that are dead, maybe. I don't know. It seems like a plot point they could pull off in this one. I was right, Kim Cattrall was the bitch. Yeah. Still, the movie's not over. But Spock's doing the mind meld with Kim Cattrall. I don't even remember her fucking name. It's not important. She's saying, she didn't want to say it, who her co-conspirators are, but it was basically as I thought. Anybody who had an objection to what's going on basically was behind it all. The Romulans, the Klingons, the humans, basically anybody who would have benefited from more war, and didn't like the peace, which I think this was before the Cold War was over, but it's essentially kind of the same thing between Russia and America, I guess. I don't know. It's a universal thing. Oh, look, we're in the universe. Also, I just kind of realized something. back in the prison area, when Kirk was fighting the big blue dude and then kicked him in his barnacles that were exposed. So was that the equivalent of him just like dangling his, dick out or something? Shouldn't that have been censored? Then again, they don't censor when, Dr. Pole goes and like fists a horse, so I guess not. It's not exactly what it is, but just that was just weird. Oh, yeah, if I had my barnacles hanging out on thing, they'd be like, "Oh, you can't do that." So far, this one is like at least better written than the last one, number 5. And mostly, I mean, it's the performances that kind of make it a little weird, but there's more going on in this one, that's for sure. But the writing's not terrible. It's the performances that make it kind of weird. Yeah. Also, kind of realizing it's basically the plot to Rush Hour 1. Kinda. I like those movies. Well said, Mr. Red Foreman. Just because we can do a thing doesn't mean we should do said thing. And yet, in the previous movie, Kirk is climbing a mountain, and he says, I like climbing this mountain. It's fun. And then Spock's like, but why? Because he's wearing the flying boots, which look a lot like the gravity boots. Anyway, he says he's climbing the mountain because it's there. So contrast in, philosophies. Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you have to do the thing. And sometimes it's you do the thing because you can do the thing. Same words, kind of different context. Something like that. Whatever. Also, a lot of weird B-roll shots of the other cast members, all the extras. They get a lot of FaceTime. Some of them don't need FaceTime. So yeah, they're just why? Then again, JJ, why all the goddamn lens flares? The world will never know. Oh my God, we get it. You like Shakespeare. What the fuck? What is with like Klingons and just like spouting old Earth things? It makes no sense, but whatever. I mean, it's like the first or the Klingon. What was it? Second one? I'm not drunk. I swear to God. And Wrath of Khan. He starts quoting, like, from hell's heart I stab at thee, and like all this other crap. It's essentially kind of like Melville, and then you get Shakespeare and all this crap mixed together now. It just, I understand, like, it's good, but when you have to insert somebody else's words into your own in order to make it better, overall, the direction's not bad. It still feels like an amateur kind of episode, but like somebody having like a bigger hand on it. I don't know. It's more entertaining than number 5, that's for sure. Right now they're fighting 2 ships, and like the Klingon bird of prey is cloaked, and it can actually fire while being cloaked. And why don't they fix the goddamn shields? Like when it shields, like you should be able to like see the shield getting hit, not the ship itself. That doesn't make any sense. It's like polarizing the hull from the first season. Well, I say first season, but first series that's technically like the last series that did. I haven't kept up with it in a while. Yeah. All right, final thoughts. Um, yeah. Oh, Kurtwood Smith. Okay, that was his name. Um, I liked it. I have no issue. I mean, I have very few issues with this one. It's not bad. Um, uh, certain things could have been like done a little bit better, a little bit better acting by certain people, some people. Um, more tighter direction, but overall, it's fine. It works. It's good. It's got potential. It's not Star Trek 1. If I had to pick like the worst one, it's fucking Star Trek 1. That's just boring as shit. This at least had some action going on. It has some like intrigue, and while it wasn't like fully explored or explained very well, um, it's better than 1, which had the kind of God thing going on too, like 5. But anyway, I guess I accept it. Of course, it's already been out for goddamn nearly 30 fucking years or some shit. And now I'm saying I accept your fucking movie you made like decades ago. But all seriousness, it's good. It's kind of like they should have gotten to the goddamn point at the start of the fucking movie, but overall, we're good. So if I have to put an order to any of these, second one, obviously the best. Then 4, because the space whales, that's kind of interesting. Then 3, then 6, then 5, then 1. That would be the order I would have to put them in, like the ones that I enjoyed the most. Yeah, 3 and 5. Yeah, they're low on the list. So, well, it's good. I mean, like, it's not a great movie. If you need a numbering system, which I don't like. Oh God, I probably numbered the other ones. I have no idea. This is 7, 7.5, maybe. Because if I had to like rank it higher than the other one, because the one where they fight God, that's 7. It's fine. It's a little weird, but it's not as like not as well written as the 4th one. That one was just outright funny in parts. They nailed that shit right. But yeah, there you go. 7.5. Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, meaning the future. Even though it wasn't the future, it was a bunch of old people in the past. But I like the sentiment behind it all. That was pretty good. Well, thank you so much for listening to me. Wear pants if you have to. Wear a mask if you must. I need to find something to eat. And I'll talk to you beautiful people in the next one. Later, guys. Stay safe.